guys, how you doing today? This is D. Durrell with D. Durrell Life Solutions. I'm going to get right into it today. I'm going to focus today on being a black therapist or being an urban therapist working in urban communities. It's a tough job. Working as a black therapist is not an easy job. I think that it's important for us to understand that when you're going into these communities, you're going into certain communities that can be viewed as being dangerous, particularly if you're a person that's doing field work. For myself, working in the urban communities has provided a lot of opportunities for me to connect with people that look like me and who seek my help, particularly as a black therapist, black male therapist, because you don't see a lot of us. I also like the fact that in many instances, I can somewhat spark the curiosity of a lot of the black men or males who never saw a black therapist before in their life, who never had an ongoing communication. Just a few weeks ago, I was interacting with a middle-aged couple who was taking care of a family member that was young in the foster care system. And the husband of this family, the father, the head of this family, was so relieved and so happy that he was able to dialogue with someone that understood him from his own words. Someone that could listen to him, someone he felt that he could communicate with without having a wedge in their understanding. Now, much of that was just me just being a male, understanding a black man, what he's saying, where he's coming from. It had very little to do with the therapeutic implementation of getting things going to as far as improving things in behavior. It was just the fact that I was there and allowing myself to engage with them so that they can resolve family issues. But being a black therapist, being an urban therapist, puts you in a position where you're going to see things that you don't want to see. You're going to hear a lot of traumatic things that are very difficult. As a therapist, you have to train yourself to have to hear, listen to these things, make sense of it, be of help to your clients that are going through this without you emotionally being over involved or you emotionally not being in a position to provide assistance to them in whatever means is necessary. Being a black therapist has put me in a position in which it's unfamiliar to people that look like you seeing you there, but they appreciate it for the most part. Most of them have appreciated it. And I've had issues with those that didn't like me for whatever reasons or didn't want me there. But the overwhelming majority were very favorable. Now, many black therapists can get into these communities, particularly if you're doing home-based type services, which I've done a great deal of, in which you don't want to make them feel like you are out of place or you don't understand them or you think you're better than them. Many black people have an issue of dealing with black people they feel are unrelatable because they present themselves in a way in which they think they're better than. And I'm going to say this in defense of the black professional that does tend to provide services in black areas and urban areas. Some of it's not intentional. Some of it's just naturally who they are. And then some is that they're just not comfortable of working in that setting. And so I say to that professional, you need to do some soul searching and recalibrate or reevaluate working in these type of communities. And at least if you are, you have to basically understand there's a certain dynamic that you're going to have to deal with that other groups don't. And so isn't that pretty much reflective of our existence in this country? We deal with things that other people don't. I enjoy being a black therapist. I thrive when being a black therapist. I would not trade my experience for anything in the world. This is what I think that I was put on earth to do. This was something that I realized that should be doing at an early age. I was like 11 or 12 years old when I knew I wanted to work in the mental health field. Now, I wasn't originally at this capacity, but I knew that this was the area that I wanted to work in. Being an Everett therapist can be it could be depressing. It could be very draining. There are many black therapists that I know that are overwhelmed and they need breaks. They need mental health days. Many black therapists just want to take breaks, and some want to get out of the field altogether. But there's others that thrive and they love what they do, and they would not trade this for anything. It's a very rewarding field to be in, a rewarding field to see people grow and improve themselves. That's what I get out of it. That's why I like to take people at one level and bring them to a higher level where they need to be to thrive in life. So I just wanted to have a short discussion with you. This is not a long discussion. Just wanted to talk about being a black therapist and how you're treated by others. There are elements of racism, even from your own people, and elements of racism from people of other cultures. But at the end of the day, we're needed, particularly black male therapists. We are needed. Know your wealth. Know your worth. Demand it. And approach the job to be excellent. So this is D. Durrell Life Solutions. Have a great day.